Almost all games have interfaces for player interaction, and the design of these interfaces is a critical aspect of production. To simplify this task in your creations, Tealbosi has a dedicated tool that we will explore in this video. Let's begin our work by creating a scene called Travel Panel and adding a background picture to it. Do you remember that in the previous video about the inventory, we asked the player to click a button in the upper corner to show the available items, and that we needed to add an image instance, which we used as a button? This is an example of an interface that, even though extremely simple, can become quite cumbersome to include when it appears in various parts of our production. To solve this problem, Tealbosi has a contraption called interfaces. From this window, you can create as many interface templates as you need to be displayed by calling an action. You can even display more than one interface at the same time. All interfaces have three optional elements: an image that will appear in the background, a sprite map that will start paused and whose displayed frame you can change through actions, very useful for elements such as variable indicators, and a text that can also be changed whenever you want via actions. In addition to these three optional elements, you can add as many images as you want to an interface, which can then serve as buttons when clicked. Note that to indicate the action of a button in the interface, you have a field to specify a text, not the block editor. These actions need to be indicated as action snippets. Let's close the interface window for now and access the properties window of our movie and go to the Action Snippets tab. Action snippets are groups of actions that you can create for reuse anywhere in your movie, simply by specifying the name you gave them during creation. Let's create one that just opens the inventory window, a simple action. Even though the snippet we just created is quite simple, remember that they can be as complex as you want by grouping several actions. Let's now return to the interfaces window. Let's create an interface called Inventory and add a button to open the inventory to it, specifying the inventory snippet as the action for clicking. For each added button, there are three further options. First, the relative position of the image on the interface. If, for example, you set X and Y to 10 and display the interface at point 50, the image will actually be shown at 60. Second, the rotation in degrees, always from the top left of the button. Finally, a degree of transparency can be applied individually to each button. Let's save our button's information by clicking Set Element, and then save the interface by clicking Add/Update Interface, and then Save Current Interface Settings. Back in our scene editing, let's access the Start Actions in the Scene Properties window. Here, we'll include a block with the action Show an Interface from the Contraptions group. This action requires three parameters. First, we'll indicate the name of the interface to display, and then the X and Y positions on the screen where it should appear. Let's do a quick test now. Notice that the interface with the button is displayed where we indicated, and when clicked, the inventory screen is displayed, as we defined in our code snippet. Remember that you can show as many interfaces as you want at the same time and manage their display independently, hiding and showing them whenever you want, which gives you a lot of flexibility in the controls you can show your players. Also remember that each interface can contain a text and a sprite map style graphic that can be manipulated by actions during display, which are very useful for variable displays. In our example, we saw the use of a code snippet set in the Properties window of our movie. Creating snippets in this window is the most efficient way when we use only a few of them in our creation. However, for larger productions, there is a better resource for this purpose. In the left Movie menu, click on Dynamic Snippets. In this window, you can create a larger number of snippets and group them. To use them, simply load the group using the corresponding action. You can load as many groups as you want at the same time. If a snippet has the same name in more than one group, the most recently loaded version will be used. You can even export and import snippet groups as JSON files, allowing you to reuse them in other movies. Actions for managing snippets are found in the System Actions group. Load a Dynamic Action Snippets group takes the name of the group to be loaded as a parameter and has the events success, executed when the group is loaded, and error if there is a problem while loading. The action Unload a Dynamic Action Snippets group removes the group with the name indicated in the first parameter. The action Run an Action Snippet has 7 optional parameters, which are strings that can be retrieved during the execution of the snippet code using the global values $_param, 1 to $_param, 7. If you have any questions about this, please consult the section on code snippets in the TLBOSI Scripting Actions Manual. In this video, we explored the interface creation tool and how it can be used to enhance player interaction. Additionally, we checked out the Code Snippets feature, which greatly simplifies the production of interactions for your creations.